Brandi in Kansas City, Missouri. I haven't forgotten you, Miley. This is ChristianEyewear.com, where believing is seeing. I am See More Better, but call me Mo. Mo Better, because I'm have you seeing Mo Better, Brandi, looking Mo Better, and show everyone else how to bring God's loving feeling back to glasses. When I cut the Zeiss Light D digital freeform progressive lenses with Duravision chrome anti-glare for your RayBan 2132, the new Wayfarer color 875, which is the black beige in the 52 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging as RayBan sends it to me, as which you will receive your Italian leather RayBan case, your RayBan frame with cleaning cloth and junk mail, because you just don't get enough in your regular mailbox. Let me put that over there. Get all my tools ready. Of course, this frame comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping, and I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. Now, these are sunglasses. This is the frame that I wore for about 8 years. This, truth be told, is the frame that got me started selling online. This is so comfortable, such a durable frame, that I started selling lenses only for this frame. And then people ask me, well, can you get me the frame? And I said, well, yeah, I guess so. And that's how I started selling the frame in 2 sizes. Now, of course, it comes in about 1 to 1 million colors. I'll let you pick and decide which ones you want to believe. But it comes in 3 sizes now. Originally, for years and years, it was the 52 and 55. Now they finally made a 58 eye size a couple years ago. They just don't make the 58 in every color. But this is what got me selling online. I love this frame so much. I used it to start. I was about to pick up my computer glasses, but it just made me start to design my own frames based on this one. But let me pop out the original glass G15 lenses. That's what glass sounds like. And you will be receiving those with this purchase. And normally I would show you what it says on the inside, but white print on a beige frame, I will never be able to show you that. So I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. I'm going to program this number into the database, so years from now, should you ever need new lenses, I can pull this up, have your pupillary distance, the optical center height, should I need to take this frame down at all, the lenses down I should say, but I won't. But I have that stored for every frame that I cut. I'm going to hit the green start button. A little stylus is going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at Christian Eyewear, your new home for free prescription lenses, where you buy any frame and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. Now, you'll get the full reimbursement from your health savings account. I do not accept any vision plans, insurance plans. But if you submit an itemized receipt that I can provide upon request, you will get your out-of-network reimbursement mailed to your home in the form of a check from your insurance company. Now, that is the shape of the lens I'll be cutting. I'm going to move on to the next screen to enter all the parameters, starting with the pupillary distance, which is 30 for each eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to hit the minus button a few times. It goes down to 0.5 millimeter increments to 30. I know from experience I'm going to cut the optical centers at 23. Look, I've already got that written down. This frame is so easy to cut lenses for. That's why I started doing just lenses only on the internet, as I got my feet wet, not knowing anything about internet sales. And look where I am today. So, I'm going to take your right lens, cue the right lens out of the packet. By the way, I want to follow up and talk about Miley. Miley is Brandi's dog. Miley watches every one of my videos, wouldn't miss any of them. Howls and barks at all my bad jokes. Of course, I think she might be related to my wife. My wife barks at my bad jokes too. So, but that's another story. I'm in therapy, I'm getting treatment. We will get to the bottom of that one day, hopefully. I only have 100 more counseling sessions to go to, and they think they'll have a breakthrough. So I'm going to take the right lens out of the packet. I've already got it dotted up. The 2 dots are where the laser engravings go on a progressive. This tells me the optical center height. So I need 2 blocks. I need 2 stickers. I need 2 sneeze. Okay, that fixed it. All right, so Why is putting a finger under your nose stopping you from sneezing? So, this is the double-sided adhesive sticker. The black side is this. Hey. We're on live TV. Act right. Why me? Why me? It was your time. Okay, so stick that sticker on the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. That sticker on the silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. Pull the sticker away. Make the black side sticky. And, I got to change the screen from single vision to progressive. This is the no line bifocal, no line trifocal, multifocal. It goes by a million names. Some people even call them Maurice. All right, I'm just seeing if you're paying attention with that one. All right, so I'm gonna hit that button. The arm comes down, places the block onto the first lens. We're gonna do the same thing now for the left lens. So what I love most about Zeiss, and of course it's been about a year since I switched over, they just document everything. Excuse me, I just ate some peanuts. Tickling my throat. This is the Zeiss, and the reason why I highlight these so you know you're getting the manufacturer's original packing. This says Zeiss Progressive Light D 18, which is the corridor length, 1.59, which is the refractive index for polycarbonate. I just highlighted the smaller line is the anti-glare coating, Duravision chrome. The power for your right eye plus 75, your progressive strength 0.75. We're going to do the same thing for the left. Put that on the platform. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Same thing. The progressive, the powers, and I'll put that there. I'll need that a little bit later. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet there. If these were different pupillary distance, I would enter that data now. Keep the same optical center height. Get everything laid out. And hit that button. The arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. Now, the other nice thing, so these are for your personal inspection. This is what you can take back to your doctors. The next time you go to the doctors and they just casually ask, what are you wearing? Tell them, Doc, I am wearing the Zeiss Progressive Light D, which stands for digital, freeform progressive lenses. Again, says the same thing right there with the refractive index, the corridor height, the prescription for the right eye, the prescription for the left, progressive strength for both eyes, for your right eye and your left eye, your pupillary distance, the optical center height, and even the base curve of the lens. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, Miley, I know you're howling at that joke. You know, if I tell it a few thousand more times, it will get funnier, I promise. But being digital lenses, it gives you the compensated formulas as it starts to go down. The top of the lens, your distance portion, as you go down, it gets stronger and stronger. It gives you all that data. The two dots that I had on the lenses correspond with the laser engravings that are down here. So if you go to your doctor's office, hand them that sheet, say, here's the engraving for the nasal portion. Here's the engraving for the temporal. Here's the layout chart. You put those two dots there for the right lens, 2 dots there for the left lens. Once it's turned over, then you get the optical center height, and that gives you all of that. So you get all of this documentation to keep for your medical records, and that's what I love about Zeiss. Apart from being a leader in precision optics since 1846. So, this is the tracer, this is the blocker, this is the edger. It's going to edge your lenses down from this size to this size. Actually, it's going to do the right lens. This size for the right lens. It does so by using this cutting wheel, which is a diamond-crusted wheel that's going to grind away your lens material till it's the final size. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel on the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So I'm going to wake up the computer. This is job ID number 3029, or as I like to say, installment 3029 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. Spoiler alert, you're going to want to watch episode number 330 million because something wacky is going to happen. All it is I'm just going to be really tired. At that point, I want to sit down, eat some cookies, some potato chips, and then take a nap. That's what's going to happen in episode number 330 million. But these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic or Trivex, I would select that material, or some space-age futuristic to be determined material. I can't wait till that happens in episode number 330 million. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens. It's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I am going to place one on the rear concave surface of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. Now, the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the chuck, or as I call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. I know, Miley, I know. That's as funny as I get. So, Miley, if you can think of a funnier joke, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me. I will read it on the air and give you credit for the joke. You don't even have to include your name. I'll recognize your paw writing and give you credit for that joke. Get it? Paw writing instead of handwriting? Hello, is this on? Don't worry, I won't quit my day job. They won't let me. All right, so I'm going to hit the green start button. The door closes. The clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by two white styluses, making sure that the lens on the first go-round is large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's tracing the shape of the right lens. You like that? And then the old Jewish carpenter saying, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. No, measure twice, cut once. That's what the Jewish carpenter saying is. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now the water in the background is there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto the lens while they are cutting. Unlike plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex, which are different materials that do have water spraying onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto your lenses, Brandi, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you see beginning to form. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lens material, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. Speaking of protection, you have 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when Miley is in direct exposure to the sun, I'm just talking about Miley in this video, Brandi. I hope that's okay. But this is permanent, never needs to be reapplied. And you also get sunglass level protection and a clear lens. Now water has begun spraying on the lens, which tells me that, it reminds me that I need to take a bath. But no, it tells me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. In just a moment, a lever will come out from the front. Cue the lever. At the end of that lever is a small spinning disc that's going to apply the safety bevel to the back surface of the lens. And the reason why it does that, and I'll show you in just a moment, but you also got the anti-glare coating, which is 3 features in one. The first feature reduces glare when driving at night, which you won't be doing, Brandi, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, Brandi, overhead and fluorescent lights. The second feature is it reduces glare, reflection, correction. That was the first feature. The second feature reduces reflections. So when someone's looking at you, they won't be looking at their reflection in your glasses. It makes for much better eye contact. And or if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the camera and your phone. God, I'm tired. You're less likely to see the phone in your selfie, or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, the machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, Zeiss puts the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So to see if it fits first time around, which, spoiler alert, I know it's going to. I know this frame like the back of my hand. Hey, where'd that scratch come from? Hello, is this on? Feel free to laugh at any. I'm going to pause. If you don't laugh, look at that scratch. It's just because I got a new kitten. That's where these scratches are coming from. I don't know where that mole came from. I better have a doctor look at that. Is it alright if I talk about my personal... Am I old enough now to telling strangers my medical problems? Nobody else will listen to me, Brandi. I have to tell you. You're all I've got. So, years from now, should you ever need new lenses, you have the temples pointing downward, the frames pointing upward. Elbows at your sides, arms bent at a right angle. Stand on one leg, stick your tongue out the side of your mouth. No, okay, feet planted on the floor. Tuck the lens in at the outside corners. Push down with the thumbs, it snaps right in. Now, should you ever need to change the lens, to take these lenses out years from now, go back and hit rewind on this video. You turn the frame where the temples are pointed upward. I tell everyone, thumb your nose at the idea with your thumb at the nose. You can put your fingers on top so it doesn't fall. I torque the frame a little bit with my hand, but I put this thumb on top of the other thumb and push down. You're always going to push down with your thumbs. To put them in, I turn it right side back up, tuck it in at the outside corner with the thumbs pushing downward. You heard that somewhere before, didn't you? It snaps right in. Now, the reason why, let's do that again real fast. The reason why I put the safety bevel on the back surface of the lens, that if this were too large, which I know it wasn't going to be, but on the 55 eye size it can be, I do not want any rough edges from the lenses coming in contact with the frame as I press down. If I felt it was too large, I don't want to scratch or mar the finish of the frame, so that's why I always put a safety bevel on the back surface of the lens, which you may refer to as the concave side of the lens. Only if you're one of these cool science kids. So, we're going to flip that over to L. L is Latin for not right, which I can identify with since I'm not right. So now the magnet is going to go back into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. But today I'm calling it the Brandi. No! I'm calling it the Miley. Miley, I'm going to make it up to you. So, what am I doing? I'm hitting the start button. The door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced again by the two white styluses, making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. On the first go around, you can see it's tracing the left side. And now again, the Jewish carpenter saying, love thy neighbor as thyself. No, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which, Brandi, you have none. Nada, niente, nine, low. You got nothing. You got no edge thickness there, Brandi. Edge thickness costs extra, and you didn't pay for thick lenses. Big, thick, ugly fishbowl lenses. You didn't pay for that, so you ain't getting them. You're stuck with these thin, comfortable, 100% UV protection lenses. Look at that. That sticker came right off. Pull the sticker away. Use my hand drying technique. Throw that back in there. Add to my sticker collection. No, I'm not a hoarder. Why would you say that? This is Miley's play toy. I'm going to let Miley roll this all over the house. Me and Miley going to become friends. So, what I'm doing now is called final inspection. I'm going to inspect the lenses to make sure everything is made exactly how it was prescribed. So, I'm going to put it in over that black dot. Read the power. And I'm getting plus 75, going away from 0 towards 1, plus a quarter, plus 50.75, one tick mark away from 1 in the black plus numbers, not the red minuses, the plus, because you need 3 steps of magnification. That's why there's a plus and not minus, which minifies. Dude, that's pretty cool, huh? Ooh, psychedelic. Stay with me, Brandi. So, the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75. So you're on the third rung of a ladder of magnification to see. Now, Brandi has great distance vision, but that 40-year virus is sneaking up on her. Now, Brandi's only 25, but she's ahead of her time. But she just wants to know what it feels like to be in her 40s, so I'm making her these glasses. So you need 3 steps of magnification to see at arm's reach. Now, she needs an additional 3 steps for a total of 1.5 diopters to see right here, the keyboard, any data entry. Hang on, I haven't finished typing this email. Clink! Slid the typewriter back that way. Kids, do you know what that is? That's a typewriter. That's what people used before there were keyboards. Well, I guess yes, they still had a keyboard technically. Keys, mechanical. All right, so I'm gonna dry everything off. I always like to remove that inside dot. So, where did the frame go? Here it is. So, it starts off at plus 75. It's called a progressive lens because as you look downward, it progressively gets stronger and stronger. And I can't remember if you said you've used progressive lenses before. So what I will do, I'm going to put a link in the description below to go to the website to buy this frame. But I'll also put a link on how to use progressives for the first time if you've never used them before, Brandi. I can't remember what we discussed on the phone. I just remember Miley. But hey, who can forget Miley? So again, I'm going to see if this fits. I have the side I'm working on closest to me. I'm not trying to reach across. Tuck it in at the outside corners first. Using my thumbs, press down at the nose. Hey, come back here. Come back here. Pull that away. Throw that in there. I called glass. I did. You saw that bank shot. Rewind until you hear me say glass. Add to my sticker collection. Come down here, put it in over that black dot. I don't even have to turn anything. It comes into focus at 75. Same. Notice if you had astigmatism correction, that would be listed here along with the axis. But you just need these powers. Now, you could use over-the-counter reading glasses if you were going to read for hours on end. Like when you're going to handwrite the thank you note that you're going to send me, Brandi, with Miley's paw print on the handwritten letter. Speaking of typewriters, get yours out of the attic, type up a letter, put Miley's paw print on it, and go outside, get her paw wet, and then stick it on the paper. But that's why you need progressive lenses. You have your computer distance at the top, the full reading at the bottom. Now your pupillary distance is 60, 30 for each eye, optical center height of 23. Now, I measured vertically and horizontally, just like the crosshairs of a scope. So I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 60 millimeters and a drop of water over there. So the optical center height, not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the plastic, because remember, you have a V-shaped bevel on the lens that goes halfway into the frame. So when we hold it up there, we're getting 23 millimeters. 23 millimeters. Man, the kit is good. I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Now, this is the portion of every video that as I clean your lenses, I mention that there's free shipping anywhere in the U.S. But when you get these in the mail, Brandi, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. That's these squeezing your head in. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, when I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Christian eyewear that I designed. This is model number Philippians 413. If you go to Christian eyewear and do a search in the left-hand side under shop, you will see Philippians 413. You can also see more of those on my YouTube channel. Philippians 413 is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I will show you all the available colors for this frame when I'm done in final inspection. Flip it over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each hinge. This one feels a little bit looser, so let me get my screwdriver, do a little bit of righty-tighty. Yeah, that's the same now. So, this frame, which I wore for 8 years, I love so much, but then I woke up last year and I realized I'm just a cover band. I'm putting lenses in other people's songs. Ralph Lauren Polo, Harley, BMW, RayBan, Oakley, Cazal, more RayBans, Versace. And I realized I'll never be a rock star until a rock star optician until I write my own songs. So I was very influenced by this frame. And the old saying goes, stealing from one is plagiarism, stealing from many is art. I'll eventually get to many, but for right now, I use this frame to come up with my Christian eyewear frame that comes in 3 principal colors: black, tortoise, and purple. And each of those colors you can get with either a silver cross or a gold cross on the temple and on the temple tip. Same for the tortoise, gold or silver. And same for the majestic purple, gold or silver. And all of these come with a polarized magnetic clip-on. The reason why they won't fit the RayBans is the magnet is embedded into that, which is already attached to the frame. They've heated up a small magnet and injected into there, and that's what makes it stay onto the frame here. Now, I could take the lenses out of this frame and put them here. That's how close they are. Now, the one thing I did do, this is known as the shield. This is the rivet that goes through that holds the front of the hinge. I took that off of there because some people don't like that. Now, the other thing I did is this has a 3-barrel hinge, meaning that on the temple, there's 2 barrels on the temple, one on the frame front. And when those go together and the screw goes through it, you have 3 barrels. I went with a 7-barrel hinge. I wanted these to be really, really strong. 4 on the temple and 3 on the frame front. Oops. Put a square peg in a round hole, and that just makes it that much stronger. Now, that's not a dig on RayBan. I just wanted these to be as strong as possible. This is the hinge that's on the original 2140, the original Wayfarer. This is the 2132 new Wayfarer. But I wanted these, since they had my name, this is Christian Eyewear, designed in USA by me. So I wanted these to be as strong as possible. I will have more colors coming. I'm going to have a beautiful wood color with the polarized magnetic clip-on in mid-November. And all 3 sizes, 52, 55, and 58. That is coming. They just didn't have enough of that wood color to start off with the original batch. But I've been used my life savings to have these made. So I knocked off a couple people, used their life savings to make more. I shouldn't even joke about that. So I'm just kidding. I went into debt to make these. So guys, buy these, buy these. So the purple one, the frames come with matching color clips. So this has a purple clip for a purple frame that has a gradient brown polarized lens. The tortoise and the black come with a gray polarized, and they even come with a back surface anti-glare that looks like the anti-glare on your lenses, because I spared no expense. The most high-end sunglass companies put a back surface anti-glare on their Maui, Gems, Oakleys, RayBans, and I wanted to do the same thing. So the tortoise comes with a tortoise clip, and big surprise, the black frame comes with a black polarized gray clip. So now, again, you want to hear something cool? Come mid-November, the 52 eye size. Now this is the John 316. This is a sunglass. It's the larger size, the 55. But I will have a silver mirrored clip, polarized clip, to go with the silver frames, and I'll have a gold mirror to go with the gold. Don't put that back there. I'm putting a square peg in a round hole again. A gold mirror to go with the gold crosses. How cool is that going to be? So every frame that I produce going forward, when I steal from Minnie, will have a different Bible passage on the inside. And where was I at? Oh, so I was showing Brandi all this because she said her next pair might be that. And again, you can take the lenses out of this pair and put them right into, right into there. Now, this is the point in every video that I remind everyone that Jesus loves you unconditionally. Me, however, I'm just trying to get a like. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Give me a like in the video. If you're watching this on Christian Eyewear, you can go to my logo, click on that to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified of future frame and lens combinations. If you're watching this on free prescription lenses, click the red subscribe button, hit the bell again to be notified. If you have any questions, just go to the contact me page of christianeyewear.com, or if you like to type, you can just type in info@Christian Eyewear. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter by my website name. You can follow me on the sidewalk by walking behind me. Give me a week. I'm going to make that joke funny. I'm just working on it. So, or you can also leave a question in the comment section below. But Brandi in Kansas City, Missouri. By the way, my wife had a conference in Kansas City and asked me to go with her. And I said, okay. I had barbecue for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day she was in meetings, until finally I dragged her into them. And finally on the last day, she said, can I just get a salad? But we went to Winston's, and I think that's the name of it. and there were some high schoolers there. 4 kids got, and they have this on the menu, I kid you not, they have a 1 gallon size milkshake. Humongous thing. They had 4 straws. I thought that was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. So I myself, after a large dinner of cheeseburgers and other bad stuff, that's when I was eating unhealthy. But I got a 1 gallon milkshake, and I got about this much through it before I got a brain freeze, but I just had to try it. But speaking of food, there's another place, and I can't think of it now. We stayed at the Marriott, I believe, right? Okay, so if this is Hallmark or something over there, the hotel we stayed at was here. There's a walkway, there's a major road that has a walkway going through it, because I used to stand up in the walkway and wave to cars going by underneath until they would wave back. Because, no, I don't think you should think I'm weird because of that. But no, over here on the right-hand side, there was a diner that Guy Fieri went to on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and he said it was the best corned beef hash he'd ever got. And I went and got that, and it was okay. For me, nothing to write home about. But when you walk in, they had a glass display case that rotated and had all these different cakes, but they have a deep fried honey bun cinnamon roll that was the size of a dinner plate. I went back for breakfast the next day and got that, and they asked if I wanted anything else. Literally, you have a dinner plate this big, cinnamon bun is probably this thick, and they deep fry it. They asked if I wanted anything else to go on, eggs, bacon. So I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not going to be able to eat all of that. They said they had a smaller one, but they only microwaved it. And being from the South, I'm in North Carolina, by the way. Being from the South, I said, please, yeah, deep fry that honey bun. Greatest thing I've ever had. Now that's, Guy Fieri should have tried that. But speaking of North Carolina, speaking of all this, let me get back to work. This RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer, no matter what size, what color, sells for $150. The Zeiss Progressive Light D Digital Freeform Progressive Lens is $149.99. The Duravision Chrome Anti-Glare is $69.99 for a total of $369.98 tax-free. The reason why I point out tax-free now is that everyone on the internet has to charge tax. I am in North Carolina, as I just mentioned. North Carolina does not considers eyeglasses a medical device, and there is no tax collected on medical devices, so that's how I'm able to remain tax-free. So I'll also do free shipping anywhere in the U.S., and Kansas City, Missouri is still in the U.S. So that's it. But again, thank you for watching this. Brandi, thank you for the purchase of the RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer, size 52, color 875, the black beige with your Zeiss progressive lenses and Duravision Chrome anti-glare. And now, hopefully, everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring God's loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.